Welcome to Unfold Data Science friends. This is Aman here and I am a data scientist. In this video I am going to explain you neural network optimization. What are the key factors we should consider when we go to optimize our neural network models? So the first thing we should start with is known as optimizer. So there are various optimizers here, okay? Most of it I have explained in my theoretical videos, the mathematics behind it and how it works. Here I have rated these optimizers based on its complexity, which means complexity to work with, complexity to understand, and computational expense, means how much it is computationally expensive. Okay, so we will see all these one by one and then we will go on to the next parts of neural network optimization. To start with, gradient descent. So I am sure you must be aware of gradient descent concept. I am saying complexity low. Why? Because it takes all the data, tries to optimize the weight using a simple formula by using learning rate and gradient, and then does the optimization. But the downside of gradient descent is it is computationally expensive, hence I'm saying here high. High means it takes more time to optimize, especially if you have many number of records, then it will take too much of time. Okay, how about stochastic gradient descent? So stochastic gradient descent is another upgradation of gradient descent, you can say, where not all the records of gradient descent will be considered, but one by one records will come and weights will be optimized. This is plain stochastic gradient. Now complexity will be low because number of records have been reduced, and computation expense will also be low because we are taking less records, right? So here we were taking all the records, here we are taking less records. If you talk of stochastic gradient descent with batch, which means mini batch gradient descent, that is also one version of stochastic gradient descent. There we do not take one record, rather we take a group of records. Okay, so I will tell you towards the end of the video how to decide the batch size. Now that is what we call as batch. So if I say batch size is 20, then 20 records will come in one iteration and next 20 will come in other iteration, and optimization will take place. Okay, so this is complexity wise low, computation wise low. But is everything good about it? No. So there might be many variances in the weights that it calculates. For example, in these first 20 records, if weight is let's say 1.7, it is quite possible that in next 20 records the weight might go very high or very low. That is the downside of stochastic gradient descent. The variance in the weight will be too high, and it is possible that it might never converge to the global minima. What is the third option? Third option is using SGD with momentum. Now what is momentum? Momentum is an additional parameter with mini batch stochastic gradient descent that smoothens the convergence of the weight. For example, I was explaining in my theoretical video, the purpose of this momentum is it tries to fast the process of convergence. So in this place, as I told you, the variance will be too high, weights will move lot of times here and there. If you include momentum, then what will happen is the weights will converge faster. So I am saying complexity medium because there is another term included here, momentum, which makes the algorithm complex. So you have to choose the right momentum. Computationally expensive, it will be again low because it is built normally on top of stochastic gradient descent with momentum, mini batch. Okay, this is about these three first optimizers. What are the next optimizers? ADAGRAD. So if I talk of ADAGRAD stands for adaptive gradient, which means gradient will take learning from the previous gradients as well. So in ADAGRAD, what will happen is the previous gradients will be taken into consideration and new gradients will be computed. That term will also come. So the complexity of this will be little high or very high actually, because many terms will be involved. But the good part of this algorithm is it will give you the desired result, especially if you are if you are dealing with a sparse matrix, where you need to keep changing your gradient based on the data, based on different columns. So a sparse matrix is a matrix where many values are 0. It is possible that you might need to tweak your gradients automatically. So there has to be a way to do that. ADAGRAD helps in that type of situation. Okay, computationally it will be medium, it will not be high. Coming to the next algorithm, RMSProp. So there is a problem of learning rate decay in some of these algorithms. RMS prop takes care of that. So learning rate will not decay if you use RMS prop, but this will also be complexity wise high and computation wise high, because all these algorithms, all these optimizers towards the end are taking many things into consideration, hence computation will be high, but lower than Adam. So Adam is computationally very expensive, but performance wise it's very good. Okay, so Adam takes care of your convergence, Adam takes care of your learning decay problem, Adam takes care of your smoothing of your gradient weights, all these things Adam takes care, but the RAM needed or the memory needed or the time needed to optimize, let's say 20 records, will be low if you use these algorithms, will be high if you use Adam. So if you are in confusion which algorithm to use, which learner to use, which optimizer to use, you can go for Adam. And if you want your program to have less complexity, you can go for stochastic gradient descent or SGD with momentum. Okay, all these algorithms, all these optimizers work in a specific way, and whether it will fit on your data or no, that again we have to look in the data and check, but we should understand what all these algorithms do and which will be computationally expensive and which will be computationally easier, also understanding wise which will be easy and which will be difficult. Okay, this was about the optimizers. Now what important thing we need to consider while doing the neural network tuning? So in neural network tuning there is another thing known as learning rate, right? So what is learning rate? Learning rate is basically at what speed you want to move to the next value. At what speed you want to move to the next value. For example, if in a weight optimization you are here and you know that you have to go down, then whether you come here or whether you come here, that is decided by learning rate. So what learning rate should you choose? Now learning rate also there is a range given in research paper 0.1 to 1. In between this range, if you keep your learning rate, then maybe you will get the best results. Normally 0.7, 0.8, like this learning rate also we keep, or 0.1 also we keep, sometimes 0.01 also we keep. So we have to keep looking what value suits our data. So that is what I was discussing in my last video, hyperparameter tuning. So the learning rate is one hyperparameter for your neural network. We need to see which learning rate is giving good results for us. The standard range is this. Okay, this is about learning rate. Now if you talk about size of your batch in mini batch stochastic gradient, right? So what should be the size of batch? What is the meaning of size of batch? So let us say you have 1000 records in data. How many records you want to come in each of these batches? Okay, so what has been recommended in industry is you can have anything between like this 64, 128, 256, in this range. So these many records will come in one batch, or this can be your batch size. Now again, out of these values or many values, what is the optimal batch size for you? We need to do an hyperparameter tuning and check. So that was the idea here. In this video I wanted to make you understand what are the important things you should know before you go on to tune your neural network. In my next video I will show you, using the hyperparameter tuning which I discussed in my last video, how you can tune your neural network in Python. If you have any doubts, write me in comment. I'll see you all in the next video. Till then, stay safe and take care.